Alright, quick update on ApeCoin. So if we start off with what's going on in the lower time frames, hop over to the 1 hour, you can see we've recently just come crashing into this 1 hourly EMA, and once again we found very strong resistance at this, descending resistance line that we've got in play right now. I can kind of move this over to a better line of fit. But anyway, what we're really seeing right now is a very, very undeniable downtrend going on for Ape. Especially in the 1 hour, I mean, the momentum, started to head to the green side as we started to turn around, but now we're losing all momentum as the squeeze momentum indicator is turning dark green on the hourly, which, like I said, I mean, it means we're losing momentum. On the 4 hourly, we never really had bullish momentum to start with, but we've now reset the squeeze mom indicator. Had a very, very strong crash against the 4 hourly EMA, and that's what we were talking about in yesterday's video. We were somewhere around about the 1050 mark, and I was talking about how the possibility of us potentially returning to either the top of this channel, the short-term moving average, or kind of best case scenario, I was saying, 1165, but either way, we're still in an undisputable downtrend for ApeCoin. I got out of ApeCoin when we were around $12, and that was for a very simple reason. We've got a low down here, a big impulse. We've got a higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and then I gave you a warning signal when we came down and back tested this previous support that we made, because we'd never come and back tested support. Sure, drawing our fibs from low to high, we back tested the 786, but we never actually came down to a previous level that we bottomed at until here. So I gave you a warning. I told you I think the market momentum is shifting to the downside. You can see the squeeze momentum indicator really started to pick up around about here at $13. I was personally saying I'm taking profits at $12.50. After I saw, we're back testing these lows, and we soon ensued and formed a head and shoulders pattern with a price target all the way down here just below the 786. Now, I'm not focusing too much on the price target of the head and shoulders. I think there's a nice level of confluence around this 786 Fibonacci at 969 and this previous low at 929. So what am I looking for now? Well, as the 4 hourly EMA ribbons has reset, and we haven't really seen that switch back over to the bullish side, it does make me think that this was another lower high before we do move down to my price target at 1169. Now, we really can't look at this, too convincingly on the daily, because we really don't have too much data. I mean, we don't even have the squeeze momentum indicator forming, and we don't have the daily EMA ribbons, but nonetheless, we're in a clear downtrend. It's much more clearly defined on the 4 hour, and I think until we flip these EMA ribbons, we really can't be bullish. I mean, we fired a short, we've come down, perfectly back tested it once, twice, and 3 times. Each time putting in a lower high, and you can see we've reset the squeeze momentum indicator. We're seeing no bullish volume coming in right now. We're seeing no buying volume. I mean, even on the 1 hour, I mean, we really only had volume coming up to this this rejection point before we started falling off the table. And we've once again, we're below the hourly EMA ribbons, and the hourly squeeze momentum indicator looks like it's going to flip. So all of this together, I do think we are going to start picking up more momentum to the downside. I still do have my price target at 1169, but I'd be looking to see how it reacts to the 1169. If we don't have a strong bounce, then I'd have to assume that we're coming down to sweep the lows at 925, and then if we take out the lows, then we've only really got this this bearish price target around about $9 from this head and shoulders before we would before we'd be coming down to sweep the lows at around about $7. Now, I'm not saying that is my most likely scenario. I'm really sticking with what I've been saying for the past couple of days, and that is that I think we've switched into a bearish stance, and I have to assume that we're coming down to the 786 as we've strongly broken below the 618 Fibonacci, back tested it twice, and rolled down the hill now. So all in all, my short-term perspective on ApeCoin is that we're going to be heading down to 967 to 925. I'd personally be looking at 967 as my most likely area for a bounce. But I am still long-term bullish on ApeCoin. Like, I'm not bearish on this in the long term. I'm a big fan of Yuga Labs, even though I'm not into Ethereum. I do like Yuga Labs. I think they're going to be a project that's going to be around for a long time, and you know, I think if Bored Ape Yacht Club does well, I see no reason why ApeCoin is going to do well. So I'm still long-term bullish on ApeCoin. Nonetheless, all the momentum indicators are telling me that we're going to move down to the lower prices round about this 967 region. So I've got to go with what the indicators are telling me, even though I'm long-term bullish on this. You know, the market structure is telling me we're coming down to 967. So that's all I see for ApeCoin. Best of luck if you're in it. Once again, none of this is financial advice, just my opinion on the market, and you've always got to do what's best for you. Cowboy out. Peace.